Guys, Sugar back at it again, right here, your favorite child main, playing some more Genshin, trying to slowly get caught up to the newer stuff. So here's my continuation of my gameplay through the Genshin Impact story. Of course, if you like this, make sure to leave a like. Also, you can put in the comments what characters you might be pulling for. In 3.3, we have the Scaramouche or the Wanderer, we have an Ito, and in the second phase we have Raiden Shogun, and I forget who the other person is, I think a Yato. Also, I have been looking at statistics. Good amount of you that happen to watch are not subscribed. What are you doing? Just hit that subscribe button. It helps with the YouTube algorithm for me, and it does not, you don't receive any negative things out of it at all. You can also hit the notification bell to stay notified so you don't miss out on any streams or videos or uploads in general. You can even personalize it to specific games that you're interested in from me. Like, whether that be like Destiny related stuff or Genshin related stuff or Dark Souls related stuff. Yeah. Without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to have to try to find Danyazard. I forget her name. I think that's pronounced how you say it. I could be wrong. Okay, so she's in the festival. Okay. As you guys can see, I am very far behind. Because I'm only in, like, the first act of the Sumeru storyline. But I thought, why not hop on and play a little bit of it? Dunyarzad, there we go.
Just as promised. Traveler and Paimon.
Looks like we made it back in time. Festival's tomorrow? Okay.
We've been preparing for so long that I can't...
There's no need to be nervous. Paimon's sure that Lesser Lord Kusanali will feel everyone's gratitude.
Also, sorry if the story is somewhat slow right now. I've heard that the Sumeru storyline gets better. It just starts off pretty slow. So, I might occasionally fast forward some stuff. Didn't find any information on her, so that's sad.
Sounds like you two had another exciting adventure. If there is another chance, I would love to join.
My lady, if you went to Port Ormos in your current state, we'd both be in for a lifetime of trouble.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot that she was her bodyguard.
It's called covert protection. Keeping an ear out for what's going on around my employer is part of the job.
It's alright, Dia. I merely said I would like to go.
So this music here.
The festival's tomorrow. I've been doing nothing but causing trouble for you. So Dia, please...
Okay, so she just wants her to relax.
Don't worry, my guardian knight.
Okay, fine, but only
I shipped
tonight.
these two.
Tomorrow's a good day, and many no-good scumbags are gonna try to take advantage of that.
Okay, now it's gone to Sumeru music. Like, the start of the music was just like,
You must be exhausted from your long journey back to the city. My apologies for not realizing this. I've already prepared a room for you to rest.
Whoa, you're so...
Ah, yes, so very thoughtful. We shall goeth to the room. Hey! We did it! We're in Act 2! Yes! We have achieved Act 2. We have achieved Act 2. We did it. We have achieved the Act 2. That took way longer than it needed to, in my opinion. But we did it. Okay. One act down. Now time for, I think it's 3.1's add on to the story. Then we'll have 3.2's as well after.
It's also fairly close to where I've been.
It looks really nice.
But oh, there we go. Sorry for the trouble. I'm like not gonna move.
Paimon can tell you stories next time.
About the plans for tomorrow.
How about we all walk around? All of my friends will be working the festival. And Dia is still insisting on her covert...
Yeah. It'll be pretty hard to relax and enjoy the festival if Dia's constantly hovering over you.
And it'll be easier to get information.
Let's meet at the nearby...
It's a deal.
Nearby bazaar.
Paimon's starting to really look forward to the Sub-Zero festival too. Oh, no. Thinking about food is just gonna keep Paimon up all night.
That's all you think about and you think you're not emergency food, Paimon. And yes, to this day I will still call you Poimon. if I actually call you by your proper name, it will be, like if I pronounce it correctly, it'll be by accident. Ah, yes, we are here with the Forever Day. The Forever Day. I wonder, will it like just have us just replay the same day constantly over and over again with like nothing changing besides us being like, okay, this is weird? Or like, will it just be a quick, hold on, okay, now this is the same thing? Like, I wonder how many times we'll have to go through the same day before we realize that it's the same day.
Good morning, Junior.
Not at all. I arrived. Today is finally here. I must cherish every moment as if it were gold.
You've worked so hard for this day. You gotta enjoy it to the...
You know it. Oh, it's just that, as expected, I had some trouble falling asleep last night. I'm hoping my body won't be...
It's fine. I'm an insomniac sometimes myself. You'll be fine. If I can go through a full school day without just like randomly falling asleep, then you can deal with the festival without falling asleep. Plus, you said you had some trouble, not that you didn't fall asleep. Oh, yes, lore walking.
And they insisted on covering costs themselves. Let's go give them some business.
Why didn't you just turn there quicker instead of, like, getting to, like, the end of it?
Sounds like they're not in this just for the Mora.
They all said that contributing to a lively festival atmosphere is more important than money. Especially since we don't often get to celebrate Lesser Lord Kusanali's birthday.
Ooh, they're selling food over that way. Let's go take a look.
I kind of wish that, like, I wasn't locked into lore walking, because I already deal with enough of that playing the Souls games, the Soulsborne games.
Oh, you could tell straight away. I thought...
Mushrooms, flowers, and all kind of fruit. It's all vegetarian stuff. Oh, Paimon's a little disappointed.
Freaking little carnivore.
So, what's the Haft-Mewa feast you...
It's another Sub-Zero's festival tradition. People used to set their tables with 7 different foods. Generally
Okay.
speaking, the most common selections were foods like Rukashaba mushrooms.
Don't eat those! Give those to me! I need the Rukashava mushrooms for Scaramouche. I need to level him up. Don't eat those mushrooms, give them all to me. Because I'm missing like 58 of them. And I don't feel like collecting all of those.
The Sub-Zero Festival is a vegetarian holiday.
You don't have to be a vegetarian to enjoy the spread. We just use the 7 foods to symbolize the 7 virtues of the Dendro Archon.
You gonna go into that?
But if that's the case, if Sumeru uses vegetarian food to represent the Dendro Archon, then wouldn't the Pyro Archon's festival be full of food?
Oh my god.
Juicy meatballs, grilled steak?
I mean, I guess if there's a festival for the Pyro Archon, maybe. I never really thought about that, but possibly. I don't think they're that too far opposite. Fire and water is more opposite than fire and grass.
Oh, Traveler, we have to go to Natlon as soon as possible.
Natlon. I'm pretty sure it's Natlin. But okay.
I hope your wish comes
So
true.
we're not going to talk about what each food represents. Okay, that's kind of depressing. I kind of want to know what each one represented as, like, virtues.
How about we also check out
But okay. And drop that little lore thing and not go into detail about that.
Alchemical divination?
Oh yes, NPC model 57, this time wearing Sumeru stuff.
What's alchemical divination? Those two things sound like they'd be fun to try together.
Right? I thought the same when I first heard about it. It is said...
Seriously, I've seen this man's model,
invented
like...
by none other than Lesser Lord Kusanali herself.
Although alchemical divination, by all means, explain.
What?
Yeah,
It's
explain.
quite simple. After you give me any 2 alchemical reagents, I'll use them to perform a random transmutation.
So it's palm reading, but with 2 alchemist stuff.
Sure sounds random. So random.
That is precisely what we need. After the transmutation fails, your one and only diviner...
So it's fortune telling then. Yeah, I don't buy it.
According to Lesser Lord Kusanali, everything is interconnected, and all that occurs can be traced back to fate.
there's not like proper research on this. It's just the person interpreting what your life is like based on a mistake.
Why does everything sound so much more credible when Dunyarzad says it? Are you guys working?
So that's the true wisdom behind it. This young lady sure knows her stuff. So, how about it?
I don't really want to, but sure. A rock. No, I don't want. Crap. I need those. Take a crystal chunk and I want that still. I want the knockaweed. A butterfly. There you go. A rock and a butterfly.
Okay, one moment.
Paimon wants to take a look too. Is it? It looks more like a pie that Paimon bit into.
A moon?
Generally speaking, the moon signifies... It means... Wait a moment.
So you're gonna start this whole thing and you don't even memorize what the stuff means.
Is he really looking it up in a book?
Yeah.
I remember now. It means illusions and lies.
But isn't it supposed to divinate something about me? So the traveler's a liar and fake. Got it.
Illusions and lies? That sounds right.
Unless if it's a future divination, then that just means the future's fucked.
Yes, but this book says that if you trust your intuition and overcome your fears, the sun will surely rise.
But if you get over it, then, your life will be great.
He's not even trying to hide his book anymore.
Wait, yeah, I just realized that. You're just like, hold on. Let me just think for a moment. Proceeds to try to hide book. Later, it's just like, well, the book says this.
Naturally, fate will only ever show you the beginning of a journey.
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just learning as I go.
Guess that was still pretty interesting. Okay,
Not learned enough to not need the book. Don't know why I'm like so against that, man, but yeah.
A long time ago. Large flowers.
Hold on, I'm gonna quickly lore walk over to here and get that.
People would throw flowers, candy, and liquor all along the way.
I just had to lore walk over to the flower.
right now.
I mean, at least she's happy.
That spectacle. But if you ask
So are we going left or right? We're going right. Okay. I wish you made up your mind a little bit quicker. I'm ahead of you, and you stop.
Attention! Soldiers, fall into formation if you want any Yalda candies.
I like this guy's voice. It seems like this NPC looks slightly different face-wise than normal. I mean, he probably looked basically the same without the mustache as some other NPC, but I legitimately, for a moment before I saw his face, thought that he was a unique character.
It's a weird guy with a weird hat.
Yeah!
Hey, it's Dunyarzad! Wow!
Why are these kids so happy? Isn't she like normally around here?
Yes, Dunyarzad, the children love you even more than the Yalda candies.
Did he just say her name differently than a good... That's one thing that slightly annoys me occasionally with the voice acting here real fast. Like, I know, like, half of the streams involve me, like, sort of, being like, okay, this voice actor this voice actor that. Is the fact that the voice actor... There's no, like, for specific words, a proper way to pronounce it that everybody pronounces it as. Because Dunyarzad, like different. It's like slight different things. It's like agree on the correct way to pronounce this. Sorry, that's just like a little rant.
In the few short days it took to prepare for the Sub-Zero's festival, the children have all grown very fond of you.
Yeah.
The Hallowed Knight of Flowers. It's an honor that you know my name.
Hallowed Knight of Flowers.
Attention! In the name of Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, I commend you on your contributions to the glorious Sub-Zero's festival. All right, little soldiers, Take your Yalda candies and don't forget your loyalty to Lesser Lord Kusanali. Dismissed.
So is the actual Knight of Flowers that he is like basically portraying in the festival like it's been a long time. I'm pretty sure there was like a goddess of flowers. So then he'd be serving the goddess of flowers who is Lord Kusanali's friend. No, not Lord Kusanali, less Lord Kusanali's friend, Rukita Vada or whatever her name is. The original one, the higher lord.
Yes, Knight Ferris! Just what is going on here?
I don't know, Poemon.
Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, is another Sub-Zerus festival icon, and one immensely popular with children. In the past, the actor portraying Ferris would also sit on a flower carrot.
It's all thanks to Miss Dunyarzad's sponsorship that the children can make such wonderful memories today.
That's good for the children. There's still a child there, you're ruining their immersion.
Oh, not at all. Oh, speaking of tradition, do you want some Yalda candies? They're a festival staple.
Whichever one. Don't these boxes all look the same?
No, they don't. One's white, one's blue, and then there's one green.
That is the fun part. Each box contains a...
Actually, there's two green. I want the blue one.
Ooh, those all sound pretty good.
And there's also Lizard Tail and Oni Kabuto.
Huh? What's up with those two flavors?
Oni Kabuto is a little spicier than Lizard Tail.
Dunyarzad, you tried them before? Traveler, help Paimon pick one. Paimon wants the Sunsetia flavor.
Don't blame me if I choose the wrong one.
Paimon believes.
I also believe in your intuition.
Great. These boxes of candy are numbered 1 to 5 from left to right. Which one do you want?
I'd say 2, left to right. I want the blue one. Then it would be 4, right? I want the blue one. That's not the blue one. So it's either 1 or 5. That's dumb. You said left to right. So I would have... Oh my god. So is it 5? No, it's not 5. Then is it 1? Is it 1? It's 1. Oh my god.
Attention! That's unfortunately Lizard Tail.
I hate my life.
Paimon thought you survived so many epic battles because you had incredible luck. But looks like Paimon was wrong.
Nice to know you don't have faith in my actual skills, Poemon.
The Sunsetia flavored candy was in box number 4. How about this? The most important thing is that everyone has a good time at the festival. So please, take both boxes.
Really? Thanks a lot, Knight of Candies.
It's Knight of Flowers.
Knight of Candies! I mean, you might as well be the Knight of Candies, considering your job is here to have candies. They don't even look like flowers.
Really wilted the carriageless Knight of Flowers.
They all basically sound the same. We got our candies.
They basically sound the same. Okay, there's some moments where Poemon deserves to be called Paimon, and this was one of them.
Oh, actually,
Good
I
job,
just remembered
Paimon.
that I left something behind. Can you come with me to get it?
Not a problem.
Dunyarzad, you probably forgot because you're so excited about the Sub-Zero's...
Just tearing into the Knight of Flowers, Knight of Candies. That's basically what the guy is. I really don't want the long walk back down.
We're too late. Who knew the little lady was such an early riser?
I know, right? Hey, wait a minute. Pause.
Oh, that most certainly is. We're in luck. She's walking right into our clutches.
So these guys are bad guys, or are they her guards? Either way, I'll beat them up.
Those Eremites don't look like they're
Who are you? I don't believe the Homayanis.
That's right. We haven't received any of their mora, but I wonder how
Oh,
much who might...
so they just want to, yeah.
Traveler, hurry and protect Dunyarzad!
Professional here.
Did you scumbags even consider that the Homiyanis might have hired a merc that outclasses you?
And us.
Dia! Dia the Flame Maid! No wonder we mercs haven't heard anything about you for so long. You sold your unruly mane to the highest bidder.
And I'm chopped liver, apparently. I am... Let's see. So far, I am the captain of Swordfish 2 in Inazuma. I know you don't know what that means, Mr. Aramite, but, you know, that means something. And I am the honorary knight of Favonius from Mondstadt, so I think I have a decent reputation, too.
Don't worry about it, my lady. Just some friendly banter between mercs. One punch and those rabid dogs will expose themselves for what they really are.
Aren't your claws all dull by now? Don't get too cocky.
Traveler, take Miss Dunyarzad to a safe...
Can I beat them up? I want to beat them up. Yeah.
There's too many of them.
You can't get into you. I want to fight them, though.
Don't waste your time worrying about me. This is my job. Look out for yourself.
Why don't I get to fight them? Okay.
No time to lose.
Do we get to fight more? Are there more Aramites? Can we...
Dunyarzad, are you okay?
I'm fine. My body always reacts like this when I'm...
Maybe it would have been better if she freaking hid, Paimon watched her, and I proceeded to beat the crap out of...
I'm sure you're okay.
I'll be fine after some rest. I'm more worried about Dia.
She's tough. She's tough. She's fine. So what are we even chatting about here?
Traveler, found ya.
Okay, so you just, like, beat the crap out of them.
Any more of them? Or rather, did anyone follow you?
No?
Dia, your arm.
Oh.
Didn't she have that beforehand? I thought she had that beforehand.
Normally, they wouldn't have been able to land a hit on me at all, but I'm still getting used to this new greatsword.
Please, let me take a closer look.
Yeah, she's definitely a Claymore user because she mentioned greatsword.
Us mercs aren't as fragile as you think.
Hold on, you said something about a new greatsword. What happened to the one you were using?
About that. Well, I sold it, because I was low on Mora. Stuff like this happens every now and then.
It can't be. The anonymous donation that was used for the venue's final round of preparation?
Mm-hmm. It was her.
Hey, Miss Dunyarzad, I wasn't trying to make you cry, and I'm not gonna lose my commission because I made my employer cry, am I?
Okay, making your employer cry won't affect your commission, but selling your weapon without permission and getting hurt? I'll have to reevaluate your performance.
You're so unreasonable, my lady.
Thank you very much, Dia.
I do like their, like, relationship, their friendship. I do like that.
Like that. I get embarrassed.
Are you feeling unwell again, Dunyarzad?
My lady, your condition. Traveler, can you take her somewhere to rest? I'll look around the area to make sure we're safe from an ambush.
Sure, why not? Leave it to me.
I'm sorry.
Oh, a bench. Okay. Yeah, she can rest at a bench, and it looks like the day is ending.
Are you feeling better, Dunyarzad?
Yes, much better. Just give me a few moments, and I'll be good to go.
Just how serious
I
is
didn't
it?
realize you were concerned about it. I guess I shouldn't continue.
Yeah, tell me more. I'm actually somewhat interested in that.
Born in Elazar.
Oh!
Terminal now.
Alazar, so it's like, Kali's stuff.
Can't believe it's up.
Oh, you've already heard of Elazar. In that case, you probably know about its severity. Sumeru's current medical advancements still haven't been able to find a cure. The disease's progression can only be delayed through environmental therapy.
Dunyarzad.
There's no need to be sad. I've always lived with Elazar, and I came to terms with it a long time ago, compared to the simple fact that I'm afflicted with this. Its effects on my life have been much more painful. I know that my family loves me dearly. They've done all they can to provide the best environment for me, so that I can live for that much longer. However, I know I will one day succumb to this. Did you know? Before I ran away from home this time, the world outside of my home didn't even know that I existed. Since I was a child, all I could do was sit on my bed and stare at everything outside of me. I'm sure my family's worried and disappointed in me for running away, but I just didn't want to have any regrets.
Understandable.
I wanted to meet other people. To me, there's nothing more beautiful than being able to meet and speak with others. Not to mention the incredible time spent preparing for
We might have changed the model because I don't remember seeing the Elazar on her
and all the support I've received
model before then.
This way.
Either that or like she had her hands like basically down so much that I did not see like the arm section.
Many people will remember that
So I can see the
Right? As long as you don't forget Paimon, Paimon also won't forget about you.
She looks more sad than the Traveler.
Even if you forget Paimon, Paimon will still remember you.
Like she's legitimately like worried, and then the Traveler's just like blank face, just like.
The depressing conversation. This is out of character for me. To be honest, Lesser Lord Kusanali gave me the courage to do all of this. If it weren't for her encouragement, I wouldn't have taken that first step.
You're already so strong for her never giving up.
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regret.
And that's a wonderful mindset.
Isn't it almost... Isn't the dance of Sub-Zeros about to begin? It's the Nilu...
Oh, are we going to have like is it going to be like this middle scene, or will it be like an actual scene?
And the Sub-Zeros festival will conclude. And with that, my wish...
Then what are we waiting for?
Yeah, we...
Welcome to me literally just running through like the same two general areas. Apparently I can climb that. I did not know I could climb that, but apparently I can.
Were you not aware that the law prohibits this type of performance from taking place?
Who the hell are you?
Over there! Someone's yelling at...
I think I just saw the Academia's Grand Sage. Why is he here in person?
But the Dance of Sub-Zeros is one of the key parts of the Sub-Zeros Festival. If we can't perform it...
The Sub-Zeros Festival. The law also prohibits the private hosting of large-scale religious festivals.
Let them have their fun.
If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into every single event organized. The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency. I advise that you exercise.
How did things turn out like this?
The Academia was originally responsible for the Sub-Zeros Festival, but they failed this responsibility for many years.
Before saying too much, it might get ugly.
It's a hard pill to swallow, but you're right. Things would only get worse.
Art, dance. Aren't you ashamed of pursuing such frivolous and meaningless activities in this land of knowledge?
Okay, that slightly pisses me off.
Our Archon created the utopia that is Sumeru City for all scholars who sought validity, verity, and truth, while people like you wish to defile it.
No.
Let people dance. What does art and dance have anything to do with defiling that?
Even the goddess of flowers dedicated a dance to her.
With your lack of intellectual credentials, I do not believe you are qualified to do
Oh my god.
But you should be
I really don't like Azar.
When we return, have the scribe draft an ordinance before the next Nyagarbha Day that prohibits public art performances. We will announce it to the public later via the Akasha.
Understood. I will inform him when I...
The Sub-Zeros Festival. Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content.
To your heart's content, but you're not gonna let them dance. F off, man. F off. Wow. That's stupid.
Let's go somewhere the Academia can't find us and perform there. But how do we let everyone know? And what about the atmosphere in this? Or we could get people to block them off so they can't interrupt the performance.
Nilu, it's alright. Don't worry about it.
But you've been looking forward to the Dance of Sub-Zeros so much. And I know how important...
It's okay. Seeing you care this much about my feelings is more than enough. It would be too risky to continue the Sub-Zero's festival at this point. I don't want to get everyone in trouble.
If you say so. But you can sneak out for the next Sub-Zero's festival, right? We'll make sure the next one is a smashing success.
Yes. Okay. It's a promise.
She's not sure she can make it by then.
I can't believe this is how things turned out. Those heartless geezers.
Another way, maybe?
It's okay. Still, I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Milu's dance.
Like, she practiced so hard. Like, that genuinely annoys me.
A lot happened today. It's a shame. Milu and Dunyarzad promised to make the next Sub-Zero's festival a success. But Dunyarzad is running out of time.
Maybe you'd be a regret that can never be resolved.
All connections have been secured to construct the most stable framework possible.
Dodore?
The project has entered its most critical phase. Power has begun to flow from...
Dodore? I really don't want to live through the same day again. How many times are you going to make me live through the same day?
No time to
Is this the same day?
Not at all.
You seem kinda tired.
I'm doing well. There's no need to worry. Shall we go? Let's start.
Sure.
Lore walk. Lore walk. I swear to God, if you start talking about this...
They're selling food over that way. Let's go take a look.
Is this a new day? No, it's not, because we stopped at the food first, and then it talked about the... I don't know why. It's just like with games that involve like a same day repeating.
This is a stall offering foods.
You are quite well.
They're all plants. Actually,
It's one of the.
Oh my! I'm just gonna skip here because this is the same.
Their tables with 7 different foods to symbolize the 7 virtues of the Dendroarchon.
The remnants.
In the form of...
really?
Okay, good. They're starting to skip some of the part. And then he's gonna look at his book, and he's gonna try to hide the book.
Oh, right.
And then illusion and lies.
Overcome your fears.
Understood.
And then, like, all the illusions would be the fact that the repeating day. Okay. I thought it was skipping everything. God damn it. I'm sorry, but just in-game, the repeating of the same day annoys me. It's, like, nice for, like, movie or, like, for, like, lore. But, like, an actual day repeating the exact same thing with the exact same characters and the exact same dialogue in a story campaign, like in this case the Archon quest, I don't know, it just annoys me. And then this is Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, or as Poimon says.
All right,
Yep.
soldiers. Now that you...
yes, Knight Ferris. What's going on?
Ferris, the Knight of.
Oh, do you want some Yalda?
What? Ooh.
And there's also...
They said it was 4.
Traveler, help us.
Great. These boxes of candy are numbered 1.
Number 4.
Ah, excellently chosen. Number 4 is indeed Sunsetia.
Paimon, bet you had incredible luck.
It was not luck. I already knew what was going to happen. Although, you know, you'd want to get it wrong.
How's that possible? It's obviously random.
Why do I keep having the sense of deja vu?
Very well last night. Or maybe we slept too much.
Days repeating. At the end of the day, I think it's more of a...
Where are you going?
It's more of a loss to get it correct. Oh, no it's not. Never mind, not for me, because I legitimately... They're... Pick it by yourself. Get wrecked. I win. Oh, there's also a... Is that just... God damn it, Gunny, why couldn't your flowers be root mushrooms? Why couldn't your version be mushrooms? Why do I need to enter the tavern? I don't know.
A feeling of deja vu? Oh, Paimon knows what that is. It's when you feel like you've already experienced whatever. In that case, Paimon also felt something like, so why'd you run here in such a hurry?
Well, it is something I normally would never do.
So that's it. You're intentionally doing things you usually wouldn't.
Welcome, you two. Are you here for lunch? What would you like to eat?
Charcoal baked angelnac cake.
Got it. You don't look like you're from these parts, but I...
Charcoal baked Angelina cake? Isn't it that burned thing that didn't look tasty?
Yeah.
Oh, Paimon understands what you're trying...
That honestly does not look that terrible.
Gonna eat it? Isn't this going a bit too far?
I'm eating the cake. He looks like he really does not want to eat that.
How was it? The look on your face is telling Paimon that it tasted awful.
Well, it did not look that bad. I've eaten this before.
Possible. We were just talking about how gross it looked.
Oh, because this day is actually like the 5th day repeated. Oh, okay, that makes it a little more interesting.
We've been here many times.
Okay, so it's the fact that already a bunch of these days have passed. It's not the 2nd day. Okay, I do kind of like that twist there. Still annoying, like it getting done in game, but you know, right now we're trying different things. We're not like reliving basically the same day. So it's like each day, don't remember instead it's a sense of deja vu, but then we already tried these other things we would have normally tried, so then now we're experiencing the deja vu of trying them. Okay. Okay. I kind of like that, how it's like again, I still don't like having to play the concept of reliving the same day over and over again in game, but I do like how they're like, by the way, this isn't the 2nd day, this is literally like, I don't know, like the 60th version of this day or something like that. I do like that. The textures have not loaded properly. And she's going to tell us about the festival getting interrupted.
Oh,
Oh no, it's the kidnappers, and it's like getting them away.
not at all.
And then it's telling them...
Besides, no matter how amazing today may be, it is but a single day.
And then she tells us about Elazar.
Paimon doesn't quite follow you, and Paimon feels like something's really got you down right now.
And sorry for leaving behind earlier.
It's fine. I don't mind.
Okay, so this just takes... Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary?
Dunyarzad, have you ever felt deja vu?
Deja vu? No. But my days have been the same for years now. Even if I were feeling deja vu, I suppose I...
Oh, Paimon sees.
It's almost time.
Huh?
Nilou's dance of...
Yeah, and then... Wait, are they actually going to allow it to slide this time? That, or is the sage still going to appear and be like, yeah, no? Maybe that's how the sage knew, because he's out of the loop. And the festival did happen. Like the lore implications are interesting, but the gameplay originally was not. Nope, they're still there.
With your lack of intellectual credentials,
You're not qualified to debate with me. Get rid of the eyesore.
Have the scribe draft an ordinance before the next Garbaha day that prohibits.
Understood.
The Sub-Zeru's festival. Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content.
That line has more meaning now, considering they're basically forced to repeatedly relive the day. That line has more meaning. Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content.
Miru?
Oh, it's okay. But you've been real. It truly is unfortunate. True, but the next festival.
Wait, what did you just...
No, nothing. I'll be heading back to rest. Thank you for your help.
I can't believe what those heartless geezers did!
For some reason, I feel like this outcome would be inevitable. Or, oh my god, don't make me relive it again. Please have my traveler, like, be enough to realize, okay.
So, in the end, maybe it really was because of it.
It wasn't. I'm feeling pretty groggy. And then it's going to sleep. It'll be the same day. No?
We could chalk things up to exhaustion.
Is it gonna break?
Observing a modest drop in the output of Nyama energy, but values still remain within
Hello.
parameters.
Continue to monitor the variances in the data and find the cause.
The variances in the data is the traveler just messing with things.
Why does Paimon feel so tired after so much sleep? Anyway.
And now we have to start reliving the day again.
No time to
Are you gonna make me lore walk? Yeah, the variances in the data are indeed the traveler.
Good morning, Dinnerside.
Not at all.
Huh? Paimon thinks you sound kinda tired. Did you not get enough sleep?
I'm doing well.
Great idea. Let's get going.
I just know that everybody's slowly dying because they're reliving strong sense of deja vu. Yep. Normally, things like this would be going, taking a longer time.
Sponsorship that the children can enjoy.
But, you know, I could skip some of the dialogue because it's the same dialogue.
Oh, are you interested in...
Yep.
It's not that simple. Each box contains a random flavor. And there's also...
One's spicier than the other.
These boxes of candy are 1 to 5 from left to right. Which one do you want?
I like how the only option is 4.
Confidence, no hesitation at all.
Oh, you picked it wrong repeatedly. Number 1 is Lizard Tail.
Ah,
What?
that couldn't have been luck. How is this possible? Mind reading?
Tell us what's going on. Since when did you get superpowers? Traveler? Hey,
That was...
what's going on? Did you see something? Us leaving Junior aside without letting her know is...
Kusanali? Slash Nahida? Okay, I randomly teleported. Also, welcome to the stream, whoever decided to stop by. Hope you're having a good day.
What are you looking for?
I saw a little girl running around Poimon. Familiar figure, an overwhelming sense of deja vu. Over there. Wasn't there a bird there? Hello, little girl.
Look,
That
isn't that Dunyarzad?
she was a moment ago.
What's happening here? Why are there two Dunyarzads? You already know that this isn't your first Sub-Zero's festival, don't you? I'm sure you already know how to use this. A knowledge capsule? You should use it too, Paimon. You know Paimon?
Let's use it.
Well, this seems... Oh, what the...
So many days worth of memories.
20th time at the Sub-Zero's festival? Huh? No. The 30th? 40th? Just tell me, have we been trapped in a single day? If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have even... What the heck was inside that... Your memories are still scrambled? Try your best to remember. This isn't the first time we've met, and I answered that question. Let Paimon think. Oh, it's coming back.
Yeah.
What about everyone else? Why are you only helping the two? Your sense of deja vu is stronger than everyone else's, yes? As for an explanation, you two received the blessing of Dendro, and you also have special, sensitive constitutions. It was as if a single sheet of paper was separating those memories from your consciousness.
What's wrong with her?
Another question. I think this is the 7th time you asked that. As you can see, she isn't doing well. You probably sensed it too. The Dunyarzad you were just with is different from the first Dunyarzad you met. That first Dunyarzad is in front of you right now, and she doesn't have a lot of time left.
Break out of the cycle.
Looks like you're almost done sorting. Oh yeah, I'm Nahida.
Hello. You've introduced yourself before.
What's happening? You can awaken our memories, and you seem like you know what's going on. Everything in this world runs in a loop. This cycle is called a samsara. You, me, and everyone else are all stuck inside a one-day samsara. As for the truth, that's on you to find out. If you were told the truth instead of discovering it yourselves, it would... I can only give you surface-level help, like bits of information and subtle hints. For the rest of the time, I'll be doing all I can to slow down Dunyarzad's illness. She looks like she isn't doing well at all. Her illness gets worse.
Oh yeah, she was wearing
Festival. If we can break out of the samsara, I might be able to save her. But
yeah, that's the thing. Without the bandages.
It's just a small bird in the sky that's about to lose its last feathers. All I can do is raise a gale to delay.
What's heavy venti talk?
Analogies are wonderful tools. They let you use existing knowledge to understand unfamiliar things. Okay, so, with what you know so far, what do you think the truth is?
Let me collect my thoughts. When you enter a state of contemplation, you choose any text entry to interpret it. This interpretation process involves analysis of the text entry, and you may yield new entries. Once interpreted, you may submit the text as a conclusion. Some text entries can be associated with one another. Select Associate to choose the other entry, and select Trigger Association. You may gain new entries. What? When the text entries to the current page can be used as a conclusion. So...
The Grand Sage said, "Go celebrate the birth of that god to your heart's content." Did he mean something more? What's happening right now seems to have happened before. What's happening right now... My mind feels exhausted. What's happening right now... We've already experienced the Sub-Zeru's festival many times, and the day of the festival seems to be in a...
Yep, deja vu. That must mean we're in a time loop.
And the flow of time is endlessly... The moon...
A time loop. You still
Really?
have the wrong answer? Paimon thought that a simple time loop can't explain some of the phenomena. Dunyarzad. The Sub-Zeru's festival is happening every day, but that doesn't mean we can waste an infinite amount.
I'm assuming I was meant to give the wrong answer because it didn't allow me to associate with anything.
And to do that, we need to figure out what's happening. The truth. Nahida rejected the idea of a time loop, so Paimon's memories say that we've already done this many times, but let's go talk to people again.
No time to lose. No time to lose.
Because it's pretty obvious that that sage is the connection here. I'm probably gonna skip these if it's the same dialogue talking.
It's you guys. I see. Did you come back to buy something? I guarantee the freshness of my products.
Do you feel like you're really living the same day?
What brought this about? I hurried back. What kind of philosophical... Didn't you know that no one dreams in Sumeru?
He actually has a point. Is this a dream?
I remember what he said now.
Anyway.
Oh, it's you two. Was my divination so accurate that you felt compelled to compliment me in person?
Not sure if it's related to your divination.
You're really excited.
Help you?
So, you're admitting that you don't...
Anyway, what kind of situation did you get into?
We're trapped in the day,
Huh? Hold on a second. What you just said... Are you serious? Does that...
Yes!
Marvelous. Truly marvelous. I believe you. Recall the interpretation of your
When you say it like that, the divination does...
I believe that the Archon's revelations are never more...
But I don't remember talking to you about the divination. Like, I just point out, he remembers that, because I don't remember this specific day telling about that.
We haven't made any progress. Who else can we talk to?
Dia.
Emma remembers that we tried talking to her a couple of times, but she always thinks we're playing pranks on her. You think she'll brush us off again?
Cares a lot about Dunyarzad. So maybe taking her to the real Dunyarzad would basically be like, that's fake.
I'm fine, my lady.
Perfect timing.
Paimon, traveler, you came at just the right time. Listen, there was a dangerous
Gay kidnappers ambushed you.
You want the traveler to take...
How did you know what I was...
We need to say something convincing.
Impact-Sumeru.
Dia sold her the moon. My mind feels... The moon. My mind... People in Sumeru. Dia sold...
How do I...
My mind feels...
How do I...
Sold. People in My mind feels... The moon. Illusion. People
How do I... I'm just gonna guess the Claymore. You got injured because you aren't used to your current great sword.
I didn't tell anyone.
Alright, so this is
It's kinda hard to believe what you just told me. First, let me make something clear. Most of us desert dwellers might not be the scholarly type.
I noticed something off about her.
quieter than usual.
Yeah, she isn't the same. Her parents said that this is how she was like.
Huh?
I don't quite understand what you're all talking about. I'll go rest on the bench over there.
My lady, are you angry? All right, I'll give you the best.
Yep. We're going to see the real one.
No time to lose. No time to lose.
I'm gonna need to wait for that to come back. Just so I can get up.
Nahida, we brought a friend. Are you busy? I thought I told you that it won't help to bring anyone here. We just wanted her to see the real...
The real Dunyarzad?
Huh? I told you that you two are special. Other people can't see me or Miss Dunyarzad.
Hold on. Over there. Is that?
You can see her?
Wow. How perceptive. Does she have invisible antennae?
Miss Dunyarzad, she's lying down here, isn't...
Her condition's really bad. And she's basically an...
I can sense her aura. There are also lingering feelings of something like regret.
Do you believe us now? The Sub-Zero...
You've been discussing the issue with Dia, who finally understands the situation.
Sages are...
Yeah, they've always been against us. Wouldn't surprise me if they're using the Akasha to intentionally repeat the Sub-Zeru's festival as a sick joke.
You have a point. Aside from the Dendro Archon, maybe there's more to the Akasha than we know.
Can you tell us anything about the Akasha?
Didn't you awaken our memories using something that looks like a knowledge capsule? That means you must... The Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace, and a gnosis can do that? No wonder the Akasha is so magical. It's being powered by the gnosis of...
So, this Nahida you mentioned.
She said, and Paimon quotes, the Akasha relies on the power of a gnosis to operate, as it is the manifestation of the God of Wisdom's power. It compiles the wisdom of the entire populace and it...
Compiles the wisdom of the entire populace and grants knowledge to the people. Wait. I get the grants knowledge part. That's what people have always used the Akasha for. But compiling the entire...
Did she mean that the sages enter new knowledge into the Akasha?
Most information in the Akasha comes from Irmasil.
That sounds about right.
People in Sumeru don't dream. Okay, Nahida's... My mind feels... What's happening right now? My mind feels... Okay. People in Sumer... My mind feels... What's happening right... My mind...
I'm trying to...
My mind... What's happening? People in... My mind... Okay. That doesn't sound right.
You mean the Akasha is...
Okay.
Dweller set off on their quest for knowledge. A sage compiling the entire country's knowledge. You think the Akasha pulled a 180 and is extracting information from...
How would it
Who
do
knows?
that?
The Akasha can put knowledge into our heads, so who's to say that it can't also poke around in there? We don't know any specific...
What's the point of doing something?
Just think about it. If you could combine the knowledge of every single person in Sumeru, then you can basically turn Sumeru City into a single massive brain. This hive mind could make breakthroughs in problems that even the smartest geniuses can't...
An excellent deduction. And the analogy comparing Sumeru... We should take off our Akasha terminals right away. Maybe that'll solve this problem.
Somehow I don't think it'll be that simple.
I was only wearing this for show in the first place. Didn't expect the sages to cook up such a conspiracy. Mark my words. When this is...
How does everyone feel?
Actually, I'll notice something else.
What is it?
I feel like at the end of every day...
Oh, that! Paimon knows what you're talking about. It's a single soft beep that sounds like it's coming from the Akasha term.
The sound of a beep. Could it be a prompt tone for when the Akasha is operating?
I had the same sound in Ornos.
Probably an important clue. We weren't using our terminals, but we heard a beep anyway. Traveler, did you hear?
I heard it too. Our ears aren't messing with us. There was definitely a beep, but it sounded like it was coming from inside my head. We took off our Akasha terminals.
Phase runtime has exceeded its expected length.
But we cannot lose all of our...
Oh my god. I'm getting mentally exhausted having the same day because there's no progress. That happens, sense of deja vu, that happens all the time. Her being faked there. Can we progress?
Good. You adapted quickly this time. We
End of last night.
took off our Akasha terminals last night, but we still heard that beep. Why is that?
You can play with another form of the terminals.
But now we can at least Oh, Paimon doesn't get it. It's extremely difficult for lab rats in an experiment to understand why they're being... If we're lab rats, then what are you? I guess I'm the moon. The moon? Wasn't... Anyway, knowing who I am won't help you get closer to the truth. So you should... Okay then. Dia helped us a lot yesterday, so...
And same thing with the kidnappers. Talking to her. At least they're speeding everything up. Because I'm honestly getting tired because it's like stuff is happening, but not enough to keep me invested. Because it's just like...
I've already taken care of those kidnappers. My lady, did you get hurt?
Not right.
What's wrong?
She didn't get
You're
hurt.
both talking at me like that.
You didn't get...
Huh? What do you mean this time? Why are you so surprised that I managed to get out unscathed? Those kids were amateurs.
Their familiarity usually lends you some scratches.
How did you know about my great...
So Dia's lost her memories after all.
Did anything feel
Anything
strange?
Strange? You already know that I got a new greatsword. It's as if I've already used...
You're saying that...
That's right.
Traveler,
Yep.
what do you think?
Yep, she's used it so many times. This has never happened before.
Hyman's feeling really hopeful.
Is it possible that we've already broken free?
You're right. Earlier in the Samsara, something like this would have never happened.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
So you want us to take Dunyarzad somewhere
Somewhere safe while you check to see if there's
You know
still...
what I was gonna say.
Yeah, don't worry about it. That happens. The sage says, screw you. I heavily dislike the sage.
Whew. It's finally nighttime. Aside from Dia not getting injured, everything seems to have stayed the same. Listen, Nahida, we found out that Dia got out just fine today, even though she got injured every other time she fought the kidnappers. Do you think the Samsara has been broken? Have we saved Dunyarzad? Really? Good job on all that progress. Get some good sleep tonight. Hey, what kind of an answer is that? Tomorrow will come. Everyone assumes this is common knowledge, but the only way you can know that for sure is if you How many todays has it been? It's even possible that this entire world is a lie. And the history... Okay, no more. Hyman's brain is already shut down. That's why it makes no sense to waste your energy thinking about things you will learn tomorrow. Get some good rest. You know, use the bathroom and flush your anxiety dookie away. Huh?
Oh my...
People always say they feel a sense of relief after they take a duk-duk.
The duk-duk.
You should try that. It's so strange and so against common sense that Hyman's at a loss for words.
We're gonna go get some rest.
Even though it's happy and lively at the Sub-Zero's festival every day, it feels like it's been a long...
Continue the harvest. Compared to what you stand to achieve.
We're still in the same day. Would there have been a point?
Okay, at least we're here.
You would have spent the night with new worries, with tomorrow still out of... In that case, you might as well rest within that brief moment of hope. An opportunity like that doesn't come by... Hyman thought the Duke did that!
That statement!
In the time we've been together, you two have been everything to me. Hyman's flattered and everything, but... what I mean is, even though I had asked you to solve this puzzle, you two are still the only ones who can see me and sense my presence. In other words, if you weren't here, I may as well not exist. That's like Nahida's talking about confusing... Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. So, Traveler, did the new clues yesterday...
The time loop is indeed incorrect.
Why are you scrapping your previous theory?
The skill's improved, so it can't be a time loop, yeah.
So...
The moon. Mercenaries rely heavily on... The beep is a prompt tone for... Okay, Nick... We've already
You catch a sound, memories are deleted. That's what I think. We are in a time loop.
Then the beep we hear every night could... That's why when we wake up, everyone thinks the Sub-Zero's fest... But muscle memory can't be erased. That's why Dia has been getting... A brilliant... Nahida, tell us if we're right... To put it simply, it's as if you've mistaken a pyro crystal fly for a firefly in the night. You lost sight of its true nature because you focused... That isn't simple at all! Why don't you go talk to Miss Dia? Right! She did help us find...
I like this game. I really do. But this storyline has so far been like it has its moments, But overall, it's been like this specific story arc has been like the most boring thing that I've ever experienced playing this game.
There you are. Really took me a while to find you.
As expected, Dia also didn't get hurt today.
Get hurt? Why would I? Don't underestimate me.
Well, you're...
Huh. Truth be told, I also think it's pretty strange. It just suddenly felt so familiar in my hands, and... wait a second! How did you know I got a new greatsword to begin with? I didn't tell anyone about it.
Traveler, could you explain the situation to her today? Paimon's gotten a little sick of doing it.
You don't need to explain everything. You suddenly became efficient with your greatsword because you lived through this same day many times already.
You guys?
Don't think too hard about it.
All right then.
Yes, your memories...
Then I'd have to disagree.
Oh? What?
If we've actually been reliving the Sub-Zeru's festival day after day, then what happened to the things we used? The money we spent, the food... Common sense says my wallet should have emptied itself a long time ago.
They usually tires these sources as well as the information about the Akasha.
Use the Akasha to record what everyone did that day, and then use the city's resources to replenish every... It's not very likely, but it's also...
No, it is impossible.
You have proof.
You two are surprisingly serious about this nonsensical discussion. Come with me, Miss Dunyarzad. Please come along.
Paimon can't believe it's Dia who wants to show us something this time. 2 days ago, we were the ones taking her to see Dunyarzad.
I just don't know why I'm just so fatigued with this. It's like it's annoying getting fatigued here because like if people weren't willing to play through this part and like actually like try to pay attention to some of the lore that's happening, they would literally either not want to play the game or just skip through it. And it's not the actual thing's fault, it's the fact that it's the company's fault for repeatedly making us play through the same thing. Like,
This is it.
3 times or so.
See those marks on the dummy? Those are the result of several days worth of... Let's say the sages didn't replace it every day. Shouldn't it be hacked to pieces by now?
That's true, but what if they...
Then the sages would have had to reproduce every mark I left during... I'm a professional fighter. My martial school has always
Like,
emphasized...
3 times, sure, but it's like, this is getting too drawn out, in my opinion.
And entry point of each strike is calculated and deliberate. That's why I remember every mark on the dummy, as well as my state of mind as I made each strike. It's just as they say, each swordsman has their own unique style, and even the same swordsman can't make the same cut twice.
Is it really impossible?
People often say that a camera's photo can never replace an artist's painting because the former has no... The same thing applies here. At a mere glance, I can differentiate carved marks from... Hope that cleared things up for you. Hey, is this that new brain-exercise game that's been super popular with the scholars lately? It's surprisingly fun.
Huh?
Anyway, it's getting late. I should escort Miss...
No elaboration on that.
See you later.
Okay. Is this that new game? We're not in the real world.
Can we think of any... Paimon feels like everything's been strange lately.
I'm just quickly texting. It's like in some games it could work with this concept.
Leaving the city? You're right. It's really... I can't believe it. Did we miss this because we're tunnel visioning too hard on our other theories? Or because we're just too tired?
Yeah. Like, I get why... Like, I get why you'd have to relive the same day, because it's the whole thing of uncovering stuff, but it's like a linear story. You don't really have free reign. You're just forced to do stuff. It's like, why not talk to these people, you know? Instead of you, like, interacting, I feel like it would work in an open world where you uncover it, in a sense of, like, it's a side quest that has, like, an eventual leading, but you make the decisions, and it's not linearly... Paimon thinking, you should probably talk to these people. You should probably do X, Y, Z. Like, that's my thoughts on that there. Like, if I'm the one discovering the actual stuff, then it's fine. But if it's being basically, I'm getting pushed in a linear path... Like, if you discover something, like, I would like the occasional hints if you're not really discovering stuff there, but, like, you do the exact same stuff over and over again, and the game is literally telling you this is wrong, this theory is wrong, and then you're forced to fully relive through the day. Again, it speeds stuff up, but just to me, I don't know, this section of Sumeru's campaign... Like, it's interesting, but it also bores me. It's boring to play, interesting with the lore.
But at the same time, we have a new question. Leaving the city. As far as I remember...
Really?
But let me think. I don't think you ever actually told me what the outcome was. Oh, but you two sometimes stay out the entire night anyway, so at the time, It is true that sometimes we lose track of time during our investigations. Before we know it, it'll already be the next day. But still, really, that's kind of strange. In theory...
I don't want to go more! Get to the point!
To the bottom of this tomorrow.
That's the annoying thing, it won't get to the point! I mean, at least we remember.
About that. Well, where should Paimon begin? from your memories that were just restored, I have another message for you. Listen to it and you'll understand.
Can't go back. There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zeru's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them.
Traveler, you should be missing 2 days worth of memories. Paimon will fill you in. Time to carry out our plan from yesterday. Okay.
Let's try to leave the city. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Somewhat. It's still... Like, at least it's something slightly different in here, because it's like, you relive basically the same day talking to the same person for like 7 days.
Leave the city?
Don't ask me. It's not like I could...
I have a real emergency. My goods have already...
That's your problem. Make sure you make a request in advance.
But it's not like you can just predict business matters in advance.
Okay, now we know that there's people.
Academia already announced. Let's go and question. Hello, sir. What
Here we go again. Don't ask me. I don't know either. We just received an order that no one is allowed to enter or exit Sumeru today.
So it doesn't trust you.
Angering me won't get you anywhere. If I had that kind of insider info, I would have left this stupid post.
That guy's life must be boring as hell.
No, if we can't get anything out of him, let's take matters into our own hands. This is a good spot, and the guard hasn't noticed us at all.
Stay here.
Huh? Why?
It might trigger a disruption to our memories.
What if things get really weird out there and you get into some trouble? Then Paimon won't be able to help you. Oh, Paimon knows that Paimon can't do much, but we've already...
Don't worry.
Okay. Promise Paimon that you'll come back as soon as...
Okay, I'll come back. And then that locked me out. That locked me back in without remembering that.
Memories! Traveler! Paimon would never see you again! You just disappeared! Paimon waited for you for hours and hours at the city wall and you never came back! You promised Paimon that you would... Paimon, calm down. He's here now. I don't think he understood what you were saying. Paimon doesn't care! Paimon wanted to go look for you, but you also said that Paimon should stay! Paimon was so worried and so scared the entire day!
Although I don't remember doing any of this. I won't leave you behind.
Okay. Paimon will forgive you. Okay. Paimon, can you...
Like, now we're actually getting somewhere.
I see. Using
Somewhat.
that, you left the city. Paimon kept her eyes on you the whole time, but then you... disappeared in an instant.
Huh.
No way! Paimon... What's your perspective, Traveler? You sure you don't have any memory of this?
Yes.
I guess that explains everything. You also lost your memories the last 2 times you tried to leave the city. So, if we leave the city, our memories will be completely erased?
We're also erasing memories of those who leave.
Sounds like something big outside of the city is being hidden on. But this way, we'll also never discover what's outside.
Can we leave behind something?
Something like a message? But how can we send... Don't look at me like that. I'm not used to being... Okay. You want something that can pass on messages, right? Give me some time and take care of Dunyarzad for me. Yep, now we're talking. I'm done. go. What? Isn't this just an Akasha terminal? You made some little changes. Akasha terminals were already capable of sending messages. To make something like this? Nahida, you... Yep. I'll help you save the messages. It should be pretty easy to use. I just can't... We'll never know until we try. At least, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's expose those things.
Don't think you should stay. See you tomorrow. Okay. Okay, progress.
Has happened so far. Yes. Although the signal was choppy and had some interference, we... Okay, now that you understand what's going on...
Yes, let's hear. What do we have here? I've been literally waiting.
There are countless spaces here. Our Sub-Zeru's festival in Sumeru City is just one of them. I've entered another space. Before me are flowing sandstone and howling fish. Impossible and surreal sights. All these spaces are empty except for the occasional ones that contain mute puppets rather than people. I can't sense any human presence.
Huh?
That's one heck of an info dump. It sounds like you left the Sumeru, but everything looked completely normal when Paimon was looking out from the inside. That's unbelievable. There's another part here. I only received it last night.
These spaces have been disappearing one after the other, absorbed by something like a sun in the sky. And now, even the final space has also disappeared. Behind me, a lot of spaces just appeared again from thin air. I get it now. Those spaces are actually...
Why did the message end? Probably because yesterday just happened to end at that moment. Oh, right. Paimon did hear a beep from the Akasha. The message. It should have come from the Traveler's Akasha terminal. After the beep, Traveler said, even the final space has also disappeared. Traveler.
Like, now it's actually getting somewhat interesting.
Bizarre space.
For spaces.
Actually the real world? But wouldn't a real space just randomly disappearing like that be... My impression is that each day in this samsara only ends at the sound of that beat. My impression... All the bizarre space... Was that space... All the bizarre...
How do I interpret again?
Was that space actually the...
I guess...
Doesn't sound right.
Okay. You're blocking me.
After the sound of the beep, later on, Traveler also mentioned Paimon's head. Well, consider this. For all the horrors of the Archon War, at its heart, it was just a game where a bunch of gods fought over 7 seas. So no matter how strange or spooky things may look on the surface, maybe all they point to in the end is a small and simple secret. Wow, the Archon War, huh? That's...
Please don't beep again. I really don't want. I'm organizing my thoughts, Poimon. Even though it's like... I have a decent idea of what's happening already, and I've had it for a while. Then there's that bench.
Do you want some alone time to think? Alright then, Paimon won't disturb.
Is it gonna beep again?
The dance of Sub-Zerus is about to begin. I'm going to go watch it.
It's that time.
Why don't you go ahead?
Okay then. See you later.
Sounds so tired.
Figured it out yet, Traveler? Time is awesome! What is it? Paimon wants to know! Oh.
Can we get a teleport today? No. No. So we get some teleports to Poimon. I mean, not to Poimon, to Nahida. And then other times we don't. I mean, I guess it might want us to rewatch the failed part. No. Then why not just teleport us to Nahida? Like, I know I sound very critical about certain things, but it's because I'm critical about things because of the fact that I'm passionate about the story of the game.
You're back. I've been waiting forever for you. Are you?
Plus, again, it's supposed to, like, later in Sumeru, is supposed to not be boring. What I've heard, it's supposed to be, like, good.
Have you discovered the hidden truth?
Information. Boop. Boop.
Those spaces remind the moon, people in Sumeru. We are all in a dream. It isn't that the people of Sumeru don't dream. Rather, the Akasha is taking...
Yep. I've already basically been thinking that it was basically a dream anyway.
Their dreams and those spaces with no human presence are stolen dreams without their host. That would explain why they sounded so weird when he was trying to describe them. Huh. So people in Sumeru do dream. Correct answer. Now, how did you conclude that the Akasha relies on the power?
Gnosis, to the station of the God of Wisdom's power, compiles wisdom of the populace and grants knowledge to the people.
Oh, okay. Those dream-controlling creatures in the forest also get their power from everyone's dreams really how the Akasha dreams are fantastical, complex, and full of imagination. People's brains are the most active when they're in other words,
that's true.
Dreams are rich bundles of human wisdom. So in other words, the complete opposite of how Hypatia understood it. Paimon remembers her saying that the sages think dreams are foolish delusions, and the fact that no one dreams is a blessing from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. The real story is that the sages from the academia are using the Akasha to steal people's dreams for their own... By the sounds of it, you understand the current situation pretty well. So then, what about the...
The beep is a prompt tone for Akasha operations.
If so, it's basically saying the Akasha's working.
Disappearing before my eyes. But as those dreamscapes kept... The Grand Sage said...
Go sell it worth of God to your heart's content.
My mind feels... We've already experienced... I can't...
This is on Sora Festival. And that's the conclusion.
The Akasha is keeping each person's brain in a constant dream state, but also separating their consciousness from their own dream. Their disembodied consciousness is placed inside the collective dream of the Sub-Zero's festival along with everyone else's, while their now vacant dreams are harvested by the Akasha. No one is any the wiser as another day passes in the dream. People wake up to yet another dream about the Sub-Zero's festival. The dreams that belong to them are once again harvested by the... So, this is like a dream factory, and the... Very good, Paimon. Using analogies well is an... Okay, so that beep we keep hearing is actually from our real-life Akasha terminals. Taking off our terminals in this... Alright, last question.
They say that alchemical divination is... Now that I think about it, wasn't illusion...
Yeah, so that's that there.
Think about it.
And it was hinting at the dream, so...
So you noticed.
Your Lesser Lord Kusanali.
That one would be the hardest question. That wasn't hard at all. Even Paimon guessed. Now you mention it, Nahida, you've been hinting to us since the very... It's funny. thinking back to when we were asking all over the place for info about Lesser Lord Kusanali. Paimon didn't expect to meet you like this.
A lot of questions, but it doesn't seem like a good time.
Until we're back in real life. On the other hand, I'd be happy to answer any more questions you have about here.
Why couldn't you simply tell us the truth?
My answer was, it would literally blow your mind. Now that you know this is all a dream, have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Likewise, if someone suddenly had told you all this instead of you, your notion of reality and dream would be thrown into irreversible confusion.
I guess, but still, it's like, I really wish that it was like, we could explore more for the day, and then we could, like, based on the information we gather all at once for the day, we could... I don't know.
Now that you know, have you heard the saying, don't wake a sleepwalker? Your notion of reality, that's why it could only give you
I don't have any more.
deceiving the people after we end the Sub-Zero's festival how can this say? In the end, I'm just the moon. The real sun is long gone. A sun and a moon? Oh, we're out of time today. I'll tell you how to break free of the samsara tomorrow.
I just hate this just tomorrow is today repetition in game. Wait. Oh, it's referencing when we finally...
Wait, now that Paimon remembers everything, should we instead say good... Hey, what's wrong, Nahida? You don't look too good. I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct. Did Dunyarzad already disappear? No way. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting.
You're so close.
I can't believe it. Wait, so what about that other Dunyarzad? She's actually something like a puppet, but not complete. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream. So another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the trees, that Dunyarzad is just a building block of the dream that helps to keep it. But personality-wise, she's nothing like the real Dunya. Puppets are stiff and can't copy a living person's vitality. After all, they're just there as filler. You know, speaking of which, the old Dunyarzad might not have been too different from a puppet. Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness. And it was you who... Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about her personality or thoughts. It was as if she only lived to stall her Elazar. I just gave her a little wisdom, so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she's still...
You're a kind Archon.
Far from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon. I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Sub-Zero's festival with so many regrets. Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. It's the sage's fault, and there's
It's another death. At least it feels more heavy-hitting than the one in Inazuma.
Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons
But still.
allowed to be sad. To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the samsara as soon as possible. Great, but although the Sub-Zero's festival dream is under the Akasha's control, that means this dream belongs to a host who created... Huh? So, well, if this is someone's dream, then... Which means, with the power of imagination, they can change anything in this dream. Imagination? What do you mean by... Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as... Like when a server at a tavern brings a plate to you, you'd naturally assume that food is on. However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that you're dreaming, when you imagine gold and more on the plate, the dream will respond in kind. But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times they're served,
So we find the host.
to make that person realize that they're dreaming. Usually, how are we going to find them, though? And even if we did find them, how are we after all, like you said, don't wake us with... It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. Remember, Everything you've achieved up to this point has all been for the sake of finding the host and ending the... As for me...
Out of town? Are you going to that place full of dreams where the Traveler went?
Yes. I want to try something. There must still be a small wisp. Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises. Unnecessary things like this samsara need to...
I'm still a little upset that we've come this far, only for She was such a good person, with such a simple wish. Yeah. Saving Dunyarzad is what kept us going this whole time. But we mustn't lose hope, Traveler. Dunyarzad would definitely want to see us save everyone else. So let's break the samsara for her sake. Paimon's wondering, do you think the sages would get one of their own to be the host of this stream? Feels like it would be...
No. Yeah, I'm suspecting host.
Plus, the sages probably weren't counting on there being other factors beyond their control, like Nahida. So, who do you think the host of the dream is?
Maybe Ferris?
Oh, that would make sense. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, is a symbol of the whole Sub-Zero's fest. Let's go ask him some...
I mean, it would somewhat make sense.
No time to lose. No time to lose.
Probably rename this like Endless Cycle
No time to lose.
or Endless Festival or something like that.
You're back. You left in a hurry last time.
Everything's fine.
An experiment? That came out of no...
Could you make a wish?
Actually, wish coming true before your very eyes.
Make a wish? Is that a new Sub-Zero's festival tradition? Okay. My wish. My wish. Okay. I'm a little nervous.
Oh.
I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down. She just doesn't seem like herself. She's always so gentle and kind, and all the kids... I've also wondered if the reason she asked me to be Ferris Knight of Flowers is because I'm...
So, you have a crush...
Oh, is it that obvious? After what I just said, I guess it is. When she placed the hat of the Knight of Flowers onto my head, she said to me, I want everyone to have a happy Sub-Zero's festival. What she didn't realize was that I'm not that interested in how everyone else feels. In that moment, I just wanted to be her Knight of Flowers for the rest. Okay, yeah, that was a bit much. Felt like the right moment to get... Okay, I'm ready to make my wish. I would like Miss Dunyarzad to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face. Here goes.
Please come true.
I'm gonna open my eyes. Oh!
What?
Faki? Sorry, but only one portion of Yalda candies per person. Back home you go. Nice try, you two. Anyway, never mind. I don't need to see her appear right in front of me. As long as she's...
Guess he isn't the host of this dream after all. Should have expected it wouldn't be this easy.
But what if Dunyarzad is the little girl?
It seems like everyone who knows Dunyarzad loves her.
My lady, step.
That sounds like Dia. Oh, right. This is when
Teach them a lesson they won't forget.
Dia can handle them. Hey, Traveler!
Is it maybe Nilu or Dia? Who's the host? It's not the Traveler. It can't be Dunyarzad. It's Dunyarzad. There's more of them.
Oh, it's you. Great timing. Please take...
Take Dunyarzad and leave.
Hey, this is my job. The homie Yanni's pay me, not you.
You're wasting your breath.
Fine, alright. Knock yourself out. Why are you so... Anyway, watch yourself.
So you got yourself some backup.
I finally get to beat the ever-living shit out of these people. About time. I've been wanting to beat the crap out of them, and the game was saying no combat. So I'm going to take my frustration out on these guys.
Shouldn't let your guard down. Don't get too close.
There.
Traveler, were you just taking your anger out on those guys?
I'm fine.
You and Nihida-Bo. Dunyarzad wouldn't want to see you two like... Oh, and speaking of her, remember how during the first Sub-Zero's festival, before the Samsara started, we came here with Dunyarzad because she wanted to pick some... She said it was because she had forgotten something.
Yeah?
Okay, so Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she is staying somewhere around here.
Maybe it'll give us some clues.
This is the place. It's rude to enter other people's spaces without permission. Hey, the windows are unlocked.
Go, Paimon.
Paimon's gonna...
Enters the room later while carrying something. So she returns with this.
So there was pretty much nothing. Should we open it?
An elegant writing note. In all 16 days, I was finally able to get these notes from before the festival. Once it ends, you and Paimon will probably continue your journey immediately, so I was hoping that I'd be able to give you this. It's compilations of legends concerning Lesser Lord Kusanali. Okay.
Dunyarzad wrote, even though she must have wanted to give this to us as a gift on the day of the Sub-Zeros. If we hadn't found this book, we never would have known. But now that we know, we can't even think.
Poor girl.
Hey! Where are you off to now?
Okay, this would have been nice to skip to a cutscene instead of walking to the place. If you're gonna have a heavily focused story take place that only involves basically like 2 to 3 sections, note to self, that like note as a designer, don't force your people to walk back and forth, your players to walk constantly back and forth in that one general area to get it to progress, especially considering when some of the stuff you fast forwarded through. I feel like sort of I say this out loud. Thank you.
Traveler? You must be exhausted. Come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really, really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago.
For the semi-side characters that are not really side characters but not really main characters, I don't know. I don't think Mahalia does that sort of great about properly setting them up to where... maybe it's just me. Maybe I just have issues like properly caring about like these characters that pass away that our character heavily enjoys. I don't know. Because like I did not really care much about the guy, and I even forget his name, in Inazuma.
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any...
Huh, she talked.
That was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
Yes, Traveler. What?
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now, how come...
Not leave behind any regrets.
Going this time?
To watch the dance. That dance is gonna happen. Like, there's times like this where I'm like, okay, I'm fine with like going back into the festival, and there's times where it's like it should just skip to the next scene, like just walking to the seating. I don't know. I've just had mixed feelings about this like this section of the campaign, the Sumeru chapter so far. Like, there's parts about it that I really don't like, and there's parts about it where I'm like, fine.
Investigation into every single event organizer. The Grand Sage. Oh.
Traveler? You don't have to get involved.
Traveler?
Traveler? What the heck are you doing? If you get arrested by the Academia, that's another dig. Wait, they're not reacting. Have they been scared stiff?
They're puppets.
Oh, of course. If this is the Sage's plan, they wouldn't put themselves through this. So they're just substitutes.
What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage?
Hold on. It's Nilu's stream, isn't it?
Like I said, they symbolize the goddess.
Yes. The Greater Lord brought forth new Padissaras in memory of...
That beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padissaras? Just like the...
But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after...
Yeah. What's going on?
Close your eyes.
Uh-huh.
Man from the Great Sage and his entourage are not there.
They're acting weird.
Yeah, it's her dream.
Hey! They disappeared! So Nilu's the host. Purple Padissaras don't exist in the real world anymore. But in Nilu, it's just like the example Nahida told. So when you saw the flowers, you instantly...
I mean, I already expected it to be Nilu. I'm like, it's either Dia or Nilu, and it's obviously not.
How should we make Nilu...
Am I true?
Huh?
How do you come to that?
So I'm right. Is this Lesser Lord Kusanali responding to our celebration of...
Wrong guess, but you aren't completely wrong either. As far as you know, people in...
Yeah, but have you heard the tale of the first sage?
Ooh, sounds familiar. Dunyarzad told us a story like that.
Yep, but in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage yet. His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the Dendro Archon, and she finally gave her blessing to him. All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage, as if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated. After who knows how long, he mastered all. Afterward, he said to the Dendro Archon, I miss my parents, my wife, and my children. I've been away from home for far too long. They must be worried. The Dendro Archon smiled. The next second, the sage found himself lying in his bed, as if he had just woken up from a dream. His wife, lying next to him, said, You're off to search for the Dendro Archon today, aren't you? Have a safe journey, my love. In the end, the first sage took care of many disasters in Sumeru City, and founded the Academia.
So, the first sage was dreaming ever since the beginning of the story? He never went on his journey?
Yes. But his faith and determination were conveyed to the Dendro Archon, so she blessed him in the form of a dream.
Paimon understands where you're coming from now.
Well, she's aware of it. It should be over soon.
Well, it just so happens that today's Sub-Zero's festival is almost...
Are we finally going to see her dance?
Since we're in a dream, let's make this final dance of Sub-Zero's as beautiful as we can.
Yes, I've been waiting for this for a while. About time.
The wait is over, everyone.
I dedicate this to our god, the Dance of Sub-Zerus. I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Milu's dance.
Okay, this part actually this part I actually care about for the character just because of the scene. That's one thing that actually makes me somewhat care about a character, is being able to have them actually experience their regrets without just dying. So good for you, Mihoyo, on that storyline point. That's cool that her spirit can see that. The payoff for it was good. I still wish that we could have basically fast-forwarded faster in the sense of if, you already basically knew what was happening. I had a good hunch it was a dream already, but I was kind of locked into a drawn-out road.
Good morning, traveler. Oh, my mom feels like she's been asleep for the longest time.
Good morning. Yep, we I think I saw... Is she still dead or is she alive? Did you just retcon her death?
She's not in her room. What happened? Huh?
Did they just retcon her death? That actually will genuinely piss me off if they retcon her death. Because to me the whole thing was legitimately her consciousness could not keep up with that constant... Did they really? Really?
Well done, Traveler and Paimon. And thank you, Dunyarzad, for organizing the Sub-Zerus festival for me.
I'm sorry, who are...
That pisses me off so much! The whole point with the fucking scene was... There's somebody that's trying to write a story for our game. This legitimately pisses me off. There better be a good explanation for this. Like, yay, the character's alive, but like... The whole point of that entire thing was basically her consciousness could not keep up with constantly having... It was so mentally exhausting in a sense that she basically just died. Like, the whole thing was she died. And yet she's... Like, it came off as she died, and I'm assuming that mainly the whole thing is she just basically got kicked out of the dream because of the fact that she could not keep up dealing with it. So I'm assuming that's, like, the thing behind the story there, like, the reason why she's awake there, and not dead. But then, that does not make sense to how she could still interact with the dream. You made me give a fuck about a character, and then it made it seem like they were dead, and then you basically retconned that. Oh my... I legitimately don't want to play right now because this legitimately pissed me off. How are you alive without it being a retcon?
I have something... I just had a dream. I saw Nilou performing the dance of Sub-Zerus.
So that was she the host with Nilou? And you're gonna end it! That makes no sense! I'm gonna end the stream. I wanted it to go on more, but I'm not understanding what's going on here, and I'm more pissed that I genuinely felt something for it, just for it to basically be like, oh, by the way, they didn't actually die. It's just like, what the hell was the point? It's just like why I say I don't want Cade 6 to come back, because if you basically say, oh, they're back now, they're perfectly fine, they're, I remember everything, it's fine, then what was the point in the first place of basically either killing off the character or making it seem like they're dead? I hope you enjoyed. Sorry for my rant at the end. Catch you all later, and have a great rest of your day, I guess.